نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. From the Arbaeen-40 Hadith collection of Imam Nawawi Rahmatullahi alayhi. This Hadith, we did the initial bit. فعن المؤمنين عبد الله عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد متفق عليه. Whoever innovated something in our matter, something in our religion, in this religion of ours, that the one that hasn't got basis for it, it will be rejected. Whoever introduces into this affair of ours, which is Islam, something that does not belong to it, it is to be rejected. Muttafaqun alayhi. This hadith has been agreed upon by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. That's what they brought. And we talk about Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, and we know that she's one of the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of the best knowledgeable person out there, very pious. The point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cleared her in Quran, the revelation about her modesty has been read for 1400 years and will continue to be until the end of time. So anyway, innovation, she's saying that we shouldn't be. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to stay away from innovation. So bid'ah, what is bid'ah? Bid'ah is a grave sin. And you know the hadith of Muslim sects, there be 73 among this ummah. So he said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Jews split in 71 sects, Christians in 72. My ummah will split in 73. All but one will be in hellfire. All will go to hellfire and then detour from there to come to Jannah. And this is the one left is the Firqatu Najiyah, the successful, the protected, the saved sect. So you want to be on that path, not the path of other deviations. And the deviation comes from bid'ah. When you start innovating things, you're actually saying, you know what? Whatever we got from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever we got from Quran, there may be something that we need to add. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So the deen is complete. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Today we have perfected and completed your deen. You do not need anything to add or take away from this. So that is why innovation, previous nations, all the previous religion, they had this trouble for the fact that anyone could take anything out of religion and anything could be added. And obviously that's where the trouble starts. So we cannot have that at all in this religion. So there's Aqidah level innovation, which obviously is completely haram. That is the one which would take people outside of the fold of orthodoxy. But there are action related innovations as well. We should try and stay away from that as well, because there's a big danger about them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would even not look at those people. There's a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam whereby he would be on the day of judgment, after getting everyone their results and they're walking towards their destination, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be standing by the Hawd al-Kawthar, and he's giving water. He's presenting water to the believers who are successful, because they're tired, they've had a long day. That, you know, day of judgment is going to be 50,000 years long, according to our standard. Obviously, according to life hereafter, it's nothing, but for us, it's 50,000 years we're talking about. We'll be standing there before we could go to Jannah, inshallah ta'ala, or wherever. So he's standing by this place where his house, and then he's offering water to everyone, which is sweet and white and nice and tasty. The people would drink it and they would never become thirsty ever again. Then there'll be people he would recognize. They are like ghurrum muhajjalun. They would have their 5 body parts shining, their face, their both palms and hands, and their both feet up to ankle are shining white. Rest of the body is black. It's shining. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recognized them. He would recognize and say that, okay, come, ta'al, ta'al. So the people are planning to, about to come to him, yet the angels will say, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, baddalu, baddalu. They have changed dina, they have changed the religion, they have innovated, they have created corruption by changing the laws. They have innovated. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Suhqan, sihqan liman ghayyara ba'di aw kama qala." Let them be distanced from me. Run away, go away. Don't want to see you. Those who change my religion. So he has perfected and given you a clear deen. There's no way we can change. So what is bid'ah? There's no specific definition which is agreed upon. That's what I mean. Obviously, Sharia does not give clear, detailed definition, means that it does not say that this is the definition of bid'ah. But there's obviously clear understanding among fuqaha, among sahaba. Everyone knew what bid'ah means, but we do not have a one-liner definition which we can fit to everything. Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi defined it formally in the earlier period of Islam, obviously. And there's certain other scholars like Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullah alayhi, I would take the case discussion further by discussing their views and their arguments for their opinions. So there are 2 different ways we can look at that. Like, let's look at Imam Shafi's and then Imam Ibn Taymiyyah's positions, and we take it from there. How and what are their evidences? So anything which is new, that is innovated, have no previous precedence, with the caveat that it could have happened then, that's why. Now you say, since Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not have iPhone, now using iPhone would be bid'ah. Yeah, but it is not, because this is a latest gadget. It didn't exist then. So practically could have happened. So someone say, I pray 4 rakat of Maghrib. Now 4 rakat of Maghrib was possible for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sahaba to do. They never did it, which means that this is something innovated by people later on, if someone does it. Okay, something which has no basis of foundation in Sharia. Imam Shafi'i says bid'ah is of 2 types. Al-bid'atu bid'atan. The innovation is of 2 types. Bid'atu mazmuma. Bid'atu mazmuma, the rejected one. And bid'atu mahmuda. Sorry, it's gone the wrong way. It's written the wrong way. Let me just. I should go there. Oh. Bid'atun mahmudatun. So the tough one is mahmuda. Is that what it was? Or am I don't know whether that's right or not, by the looks of it. The approved one is bidatun mahmudatun, and disapproved one is madhmuma. Whatever conforms to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is approved, and whatever doesn't is madhmoom. Madhmoom, that you criticize. Okay. On the other hand, Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullah alayhi has different way of looking at that. So let's look at Imam Shafi'i's position. So he said, innovative matters are of two types. Something that contravenes something in the Quran or Sunnah, or companions' report, which is athar, or consensus, ijma'. This is misguidance. And other one is the innovation of any good thing contravening none of the above, and this is a blameless innovation. Yet innovation, something new, is called bid'ah. And bid'ah, according to Imam Shafi'i, either good or bad, depending on what you're doing. And there's basis, obviously. If there's basis, then it is still new, yet you'll be fine with that. He said that this hadith hasn't got that, but there's another hadith. Again, it's saying, kullu bid'atin dalalah. Every innovation is misguidance. He said, if every innovation is misguidance, if it's absolute and there's no way you can change it, then this is going to be a big problem. Because, for example, بَلْ لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ كُلٌّ لَهُ قَانِتُونَ. So this ayah means whatever is in the heavens and in the earth is Allah's. All are obedient to him. So everyone is obedient to him. Do we mean even the devil? Clearly not. He's not obedient. Yet there must be a meaning, which is everyone, everything, every creation is, whether they like or not, they are bound by Allah's command. They have to obey him. They cannot change their death date, time, day, and they cannot do when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan. So whenever Allah plans or whatever he plans, it happens. So they are bound from that reason, and that's what the apparent meaning is. It could also mean that everyone means from all the ones are those human beings who are Muslim, those who have subjected and surrendered to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy and his obedience. So they are the one we mean. Kullun doesn't mean everyone. Kullun means the Muslims. Alladhi ahsana kulla shay'in khalaqa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made everything good, whatever is created. Is everything good? Is the devil good? Is sin good? Allah created sin. What about Fir'aun? Allah created Fir'aun, Pharaoh. So was he good? So yes, it means talking about everything in essence is good, even if it is something that we do not see as good. Because with bididdiha tatabayyanu al-ashya, from the opposites, things are understood better. So if there was no disease, we would not have valued the health. We would not have understood what it means to be healthy. Okay, so that is why kullu cannot mean everything in absolute term, but there has to be some reason. وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ, and we have revealed the book to you, explaining clearly everything. فَلَمَّا نَسُوا مَا ذُكِّرُوا بِهِ فَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ أَبْوَابَ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. But when they forgot what they had been reminded of, we opened unto them the doors of everything. Doors of everything. Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open the door to Jannah for them? No, but Allah used kullu, and then it does not mean everything. It means that the doors of worldly matters, all the financial upliftments, all the material gain. And then bid'ah is opposite of sunnah, which can be good or bad. So likewise, bid'ah should be, because if one opposite is good and bad, Why can't bid'ah be good and bad as well if sunnah is? Now, Bilal radiallahu anhu praying Tahiyatul Wudu when he was asked by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is your action that you think is worthy of presenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I've heard your footsteps in Jannah. Footsteps of Bilal radiallahu anhu while he's walking in Medina. Did he ask Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He could have said, Ya Rasulullah, you told me to do this, so I just did it. No, he just made up on his mind that after prayer, after wudu, we should be doing 2 rakat as tahiyatul wudu. Likewise, Khubayb radiallahu anhu, he was about to be killed, he was captured, and then he was asked about what is your last wish. And he said, I just wanted to recite 2 units. And obviously Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't tell him to do so. Rifa ibn Rafi', another companion, he was once praying with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in one of the rakat says, Sami Allahu liman hamida. The companion said, Rabbana lakal hamd, Rabbana wa lakal hamd. And then one companion stood up and he started saying, Subuhun, Subuhun Qudusun Rabbul Malaikati wa Ruh. No, sorry. Hamdan Kathiran Tayyiban Mubarakan Fi. He says, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana lakal hamd, Hamdan Kathiran Tayyiban Mubarakan Fi. So he just glorified Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with those words. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never told him. Now it became hadith because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did the taqreer on that. He kept it preserved. He said, MashaAllah, I saw 30 odd angels coming down and they were all trying to fight. They were all fighting on the fact that I would like to take this reward to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm going to tell him about this reward. It's so good a reward. Now, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't tell him to do so. But he did it, and now that he allowed it, it became the sunnah as well. And likewise, Umar Farooq radiallahu anhu, he once said about Ni'matil bid'atu hadi. This is a very bona fide, nice bid'ah. He said this is innovation, and that was for Taraweeh. So then we look at other things. What about construction of madrasas? Doing classes, fixing the time at this point. Quran 30 juz. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never created this idea or gave this idea of making Quran into 30 parts. It's revealed in surahs. There's no name of every juz told us by. Yeah, there are names of all the surahs, but not of juz. But here we have got all that because someone, initially Sahaba used to finish their Quran, Sahaba always did, within a week or so. So they would do 4 to 5 juz every day. And then people started becoming weaker from the Tabi'in and after them. So they started doing once a month. So that's why they made Quran into 30 parts. Okay. Likewise, the Arab, Fatha Dhamma Kasra. Again, it was needed. Printing the books, translations, Ilm al-Hadith, Usul al-Fiqh, Tajweed, rules. Likewise, Friday Khutbah in English. Who did it before? Where's the evidence for that? Loudspeaker in the masjid? Are they bid'ah? Obviously not. So this is how it should be understood. That bid'ah is bid'ah. Yet there could be more than one way of looking at that. So the argument is that this is good bid'ah and there is bad bid'ah. Hafid Ibn Arabi al-Maliki, He said that no, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you knowledge that innovated matters are of two kinds. An innovated matter that has no basis other than lust, on basis other than lust and arbitrary practice. Such is categorically invalid, the bad one. Innovated matter understood or corresponding to something established. Such is the sunnah. So this is the second type. This is sunnah of khulafa and imams. Something which is based on something which is already there. For example, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam allowed people to donate reward for the deceased after they passed away, maybe by performing umrah on their behalf, by performing hajj if they couldn't do it. Likewise, doing charity on their behalf, making dua for them. So all that is fine. So what about reciting Quran? There's no hadith to suggest that or go against it. There's certain hadiths about reciting certain du'as, but like whole Quran is just here and there. Can you do that? So people make a big point about it. Yeah, we'll cover that inshallah ta'ala in some detail later on. Okay, inshallah ta'ala. Likewise, he said innovative methods and innovations are not blameworthy merely for being called muhdath. And bid'ah, no becomes, yes, this will be muhdath bid'ah. No, because of their meaning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala most high has said, never comes there unto them a new muhdath, new as a muhdath, reminder from their Lord. And Umar said, what is a fine bid'ah this is? Rather, only the bid'ah that contradicts the sunnah is blameworthy, and only the innovative methods that invite to misguidance are blameworthy. Ibn Rajab similarly said, bid'ah in the religion is everything that did not come from us to us in the Quran, nor from Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except that one is rewarded for some of it, and those who do not, those who do this are excused if they have good intention, or if it is the rewardable and excellent has good bid'ah, and namely what is ordinarily permitted, ma kana asluhu al-ibaha, as was narrated from Umar radiallahu anhu, what a fine bid'ah this is. Such refers to all good deeds which the text stipulated in general terms of desirability, even if practice was not fixed in the text, and if it is blameworthy for which there is no excuse, such as what has proofs against its validity. Ibn Jawzi, certain innovative matters have taken place which do not oppose the sacred law, nor contradict it. So they, the Salaf, saw no harm in practicing them, such as the convening of the people by Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu for the night prayer, Taraweeh in Ramadan, after which he saw them and said, what a fine bid'ah is this. This is the context of that. Ibn Jazari similarly said, bid'ah is of two kinds, but I skip that. It's nearly time for prayer. And Imam Shawkani, again, he said there's good and bad bid'ah, inshallah. So we leave that there, and we do the second part of it, which is Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullah's view on this, and then how we get some examples and move on to try to merge them together in such a way that we can act on the safest grounds, inshallah. May Allah make it easy. Jazakallahu khairah. And I take your leave as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's that time, isn't it?